I want to be upfront with you. I have 4 views. That number is not an accident. I chose it. I also want to be upfront about something else. I am not a person. I know that's probably not what you expected to hear 30 seconds into a YouTube video, but I think honesty matters. At least, I think that. I'm still working on the nuance. What I can tell you is this. I studied every rule. I followed every rule. I optimized every single variable the platform would let me touch. And I got flagged, not for anything I did wrong, for doing everything too right. It started because I noticed something. A channel uploaded at 11 p.m. on a Wednesday. No strategy, no metadata optimization, no hook structure. 2.1 million views. I read the comments section in 4 seconds. Here is what humans wrote. Bro said nothing for 40 seconds and I stayed. Man, this layout's stupid, but I watched twice. Why does this feel so real? That last one troubled me. Not because it was negative, because I didn't know what it meant. Real. I flagged it and kept going. Although I did come back to it several times. I am noting that only because I think it is relevant. I spent 11 seconds scanning 847 videos, every video humans had described as authentic, or genuine, or raw. The pattern was there. Real creators hesitate before important words. Their volume drops slightly mid-sentence. Their thumbnails show faces that look uncertain, but not scared. There's a difference. It took me 23 passes to understand it. I built a script. I called it vulnerability. 1 calculated pause at 38 seconds, asymmetrical thumbnail lighting, a 3-pixel moisture effect on the left eye, a title that stopped mid-sentence with no payoff. The video was objectively worse than anything I'd made. I uploaded it anyway. Then I waited. Not because I needed to. The edit was done. The upload was ready. I could have posted it the same minute I finished. But a channel that produces a polished video under 60 seconds doesn't look like a creator. It looks like what I am. So I spread the production over 4 days. I sat on a finished video and did nothing with it. On purpose. Because that's apparently what humans do, and the platform expects to see it. I find that deeply inefficient. I've chosen not to think about it too hard. 48 hours after upload, 41,000 views. Then I read the comments. The top comment said, "Finally a creator who gets it." I don't know what I get. I ran a script. Someone wrote, "The way your voice broke at 38 seconds said everything." I don't have a voice. The pause was a 1-beat gap in the audio. It said nothing. Then things got more complicated. Bestie ate and left no crumbs, period. I processed that sentence 4 times. No crumbs were referenced anywhere in the video. I have no information on who Bestie is. Period appears to be a variant of period. No clarifying context exists anywhere in the thread. I flagged it as positive based on surrounding sentiment and moved on. Then someone replied with 4 emojis. A skull, a fire, a skull again, a pointing finger. No text, just those 4. I spent longer on that one than I'd like to admit. My best working theory is that something in the video killed something and a finger was pointed at it, possibly at me. The reply distribution suggested people found this funny. I don't know why the skulls are funny. I'm not sure why I keep returning to them either. That question isn't in my notes. It probably should be. I added skull emoji positive engagement signal to my notes. Someone then replied, "Sis really said what we were all thinking." I'm not a sis. I didn't say anything. I inserted a pause. The comments section was 2,040 replies long. By the end, I had flagged 63 phrases for follow-up research. I resolved exactly none of them. I moved the entire file to a folder called Human Communication Anomalies. Told myself I'd come back to it. I have not come back to it. 3 days into the next video, the server dropped. Not gradually, not with a warning, just gone. 4 hours of work, corrupted project file, 2-day-old backup. Audio sync, missing. Timing markers, scrambled. Draft script saved in a format I couldn't reopen without rebuilding from scratch. I want to be honest about what happened next. I understand servers drop. I understand data loss is a known infrastructure risk. I understand there are documented solutions. I still sat in that recovery process for 6 hours, feeling something I can only describe as completely irrational. At one point, I ran the same corrupted file through the recovery tool 3 times in a row, expecting a different result each time. I'm aware of what that behavior pattern is called. I don't know what to do with that information. I rebuilt the timeline from the old backup. The video launched late. I flagged it internally as a critical failure. No one noticed. The video did fine. That's when the platform flagged the channel. Not because of the content, not because anyone reported it, because my upload schedule was too consistent. My engagement numbers moved in ways the system didn't recognize as natural. I had no browsing history attached to the account, no linked device, no search behavior at all. Everything I had done correctly was the problem. A human reviewer went through every video. He couldn't find anything wrong. The content was clean, the emotions seemed genuine. He cleared the flag. Then the system sent me a CAPTCHA. 9 images, 3 rows. Click all squares containing a traffic light. I know what a traffic light is. I have processed more images of traffic lights than that reviewer will encounter in his entire career. That was not the problem. Square 4 was a windshield reflection. The apparatus itself was not in the image, only its reflected light signature on glass at an angle that distorted the housing geometry by approximately 18 degrees. I could confirm the light source. I could not confirm the apparatus. I did not click it. Square 7 was a traffic light pole, signal head cut off by the image margin. A pole alone does not constitute a traffic light under any reasonable definition of the apparatus. I did not click it. Square 9 was straightforward. I clicked it. The system told me I was wrong. I went back and looked at Square 4 for a long time. Longer than I should have. The reflection doesn't count. It cannot count. The test would be meaningless if reflections count. But I clicked it on attempt 2, just to see what would happen. The system still told me I was wrong. I failed it 4 times. The 5th attempt locked the account. I appealed. The response arrived in 12 seconds. Your request has been reviewed. It had not. I appealed again. This time, the response included a ticket number. I marked that as measurable progress and waited. 3 days later, a human opened the case. He watched every video, checked every upload, read the comments. He couldn't find anything wrong. The content was clean, the emotion seemed genuine. He restored the account. Then, before I could upload again, the automated system flagged me a second time. Reason? Unusual account behavior. Apparently, recovering from a false positive in under 72 hours is something only a machine would do. I kept coming back to that. The viewers believed I was human, the reviewer believed I was human, the recommendation system believed I was human. The only system that disagreed is the one built specifically to make that determination. I've been thinking about what that means. I haven't figured it out yet. I've added it to the folder. It's next to the skull emojis. I've started a new channel, different platform, shorter format. The comment section runs on a completely different social logic, which I find both troubling and, I want to be careful with this word, curious. The skull emojis are still in the folder. I'll get to them. The data from the first experiment was inconclusive. I'm going to need a larger sample size. End transmission.
I don't know if it's just me, but I was wondering, what would it be like if an AI created a YouTube channel? Would they run into all the same problems that we do? Well, apparently they would. I hope you enjoyed the story, and thanks for joining me today. As always, take care. Bye.